Most businesses are operating, whether they have an operating system or they don't have an operating system, they're typically operating in a sense of I have to do everything and I hire some people to do some things, but I have to also be the teacher. They are bottlenecking themselves. And that's what separates a side hustler from a business owner to an actual business owner who can literally go on vacation. And we just talked to Isaac in our last episode of the podcast about how he was able to go to Nepal, I believe it was. And him and his wife were able to leave both businesses and they came back and they were humming along smoothly. The only way you can do that is with an operating system. Now, I'm going to take it to the next step in these two videos, and we're going to take the operating system that you already have, and we're going to use AI to make it into your whole entire HR department and potentially even the manager of various departments of your company. Okay, so let's get into it. The operating system advantage, how companies scale with with systems and AI, how you can build operational excellence through documented processes and intelligent automation. How can we take all of our processes in our current business and how can we put it into AI to create what obviously ChatGPT calls GPTs? Okay. And what is the point of doing all this? The point of doing all this is that old ways of operating systems are completely dead. Okay, they're completely dead. A company that uses a GPT, which I'm about to show you how to make in the next video, is 10 times, if not 100 times more efficient than your current operating system of a binder, of an orientation. Your entire onboarding process right now is going to get overhauled in this video. So why does every company need an operating system first and foremost? Because it allows you to scale with consistency. Okay. I was just reading about Yvon Chouinard, the founder of Patagonia, and how they were scaling incredibly fast and they didn't have the systems in place to do it sustainably, and they ended up having to um, go to a bank for a loan, and then they ended up highly leveraged. Okay, so you don't want to do that. You want to be able to scale with consistency, and you want to have a system in place that can sustainably help you scale. Next one is speed of execution. People coming to you in your business asking questions all the time is not sustainable, and it's not speed, right? It's not fast. Money loves speed, right? We all talk about this. Speed of execution wins in the end. But this system that I'm about to show you, first, having an operating system in general, but second, having an operating system that talks back to you and can answer all your employees' questions is the essence of speed of execution. Okay. So when you have clear processes, you can eliminate decision fatigue. Okay. You can eliminate decision fatigue through processes. You're one person, your managers are one people, one person's as well. And so people coming back and forth, asking them questions inside of your business is just not sustainable and it's not conducive with speed, right? The next one, knowledge preservation. Institutional knowledge stays captured, whether you have calls or whether you're not on the call. Having all of those transcripts, having all of those playbooks and blueprints and frameworks all in one place allows you to preserve the company knowledge, right? Have a knowledge base. Now, when you talk about a software company, they have a code base, right? So inside their company, all of the software engineers are working off the same code base. This is the same thing. You have a knowledge base, and what happens with knowledge is it compounds, right? So even if employees come and go in your business, even if you have uh, clients that come and go, vendors that come and go, you will still have the knowledge base of those people, of those vendors that you can draw upon when questions need to be asked. The next one is scalable decision making. So how do you make decisions as one person? How do you make decisions across multiple departments, across multiple decisions? How can you make those at scale? This is going to allow you to do that. Obviously, an operating system in general is going to allow you to do that, but this is the next step. We're going to go to the next step and we're going to implement AI to take this 100 times further than a normal operating system. And if you enjoy this and this is something that you really like listening to or learning about and how to take your current business processes and and use AI to make them 100x, 1000x more efficient and operational, then just make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you check out the podcast when you get a chance. And the next part is the static documentation part. So you have three levels here. You have one business doesn't know anything about their processes, their systems, playbooks, etc., frameworks. And then you have a business who does have an operating system. They know how to run their business, right? And this is typically um, multi-year or multi-business entrepreneurs, serial entrepreneurs, right? So people who have been in multiple businesses for multiple years, they have an operating system. And again, on our podcast, we just talked to Isaac, who's in charge of Screaming Cat Ice Cream and Third Stone Properties. Um, and he has an operating system. And that's why he's able to, at some point, he's going to franchise these two businesses. And the way he's going to do that is with his operating system. He's going to be able to just give it over to someone else, and they're basically going to be able to run the play, and he's going to take equity, right? It's that simple. But the problem here is the static documentation, the me having to go through and look at binders and play and all these different playbooks and stuff like this. So I'm going to have to go through, I know this is just a notebook, but I'm going to have to go through and find the chapter or the section of how to onboard a client or how to onboard this specific client or how to handle a chargeback or whatever. I still have, even if it's documented, I still have to go through the filing system and figure out where it's located. It's hard to access. It's inconsistent to use, right? So if I use it, it's going to be different than if my co-host Chad uses it, right? And he's going to go through and he's going to have a different interpretation of what he's reading. How to manage an angry customer, an angry client. He's going to take it different than I'm going to take it, right? And then the other thing is slow onboarding. We bring on a new team member. Instead of me having to get on a call with them and go through and shadow them, or them shadow me for an entire day or week or month. Instead of doing that, we will be able to use AI. And again, this is a $30 product, guys. This is a $30 product. We're going to use 2 LLMs to make this product in the next video. And I'm going to show you exactly how to do it, but we're going to use 2 LLMs. And one of them is ChatGPT. It's going to cost you $30 a month, okay? That's all it costs. And it's going to speed up your onboarding, like I said, 10 to 100 times faster. Instead of 6 months, it's going to take 6 minutes, right? You're going to send them a link and they're going to be able to go through it and they're going to be able to understand your company completely, okay? Any questions they have, they'll be able to ask the GPT, right? So how a custom GPT makes it operational? You get instant access. Like I said, you just send a link to your new onboard or to your new hire. You could send a link, and we're going to make one for the podcast for our listeners to use, right? And it's just a link. It's just a link, and they get access. Rapid onboarding, so new hires interact conversationally with systems, questions answered, examples provided, and context given. Any question they have, it's like talking to you with a 200 IQ, okay? Consistent application. Everyone gets the same guidance, like having your best operator coaching 24/7. And the craziest thing about this is it learns as it goes, right? And it's all based on your company. It's not based on any outside information. So you can trust exactly what they're hearing is exactly what your company is professing, right? It's what is actually being said in the company in your own voice and how you want it said, right? So instead of having one employee teaching another employee, you have one employee teaching everyone the same thing that you taught it. Continuous improvement, like I just said. Elon Musk has the greatest product in the world, in my opinion, because he has a Tesla car, and in the Tesla car, he has millions and millions of cars on the road taking in information every single day of how you drive. As the information comes in, they are able to iterate and make software developments as they go based on the information you're giving it. You have the ability to do exactly what Elon Musk is doing right here. The more your company uses the GPT, the better it gets. And the better it gets, the better your company gets. So you have that internal feedback loop, okay? So in continuous improvement, see where people get stuck, reveals gaps in your operating system so that you can refine it. It becomes perfect. So this is your business IP. It gets better as you use it. Template generation, need an email, brief, or document. So basically, you can have an employee say, hey, this is the email I just received. How do I respond? And it goes through and it looks at all the company emails that you input it. So if you put in company emails and you put in, this is how you work with this, and that's what your operating system should be, it can generate it instantly for that person in the format. There's zero barrier to using your best practices. No one has to ask you questions. No one has to get up to speed. And it's just all right there, okay? Last thing, the complete picture. You have your operating system. You add the custom GPT, and now you have operational power, so systems that truly scale your execution. So you have an internal knowledge base that grows on a daily basis. The more you use it, the better it gets. And the better it gets, the better your internal structure of your company, the better your internal knowledge comes. So in our next video, I'm going to literally teach you how to make this, and we're going to go through it step by step. And any question you guys have along the way, guys, just leave it in the comments and we'll answer it in our future video. So see you guys over there.